The sky had been silent for 3 years. No rain, no clouds, no mercy. The earth of Israel was cracked open like broken pottery. Rivers reduced to dust, crops dead, livestock collapsing in the fields. Hunger was everywhere. But this drought was more than a disaster. It was a warning. The nation had abandoned the true God and turned to worship Baal, a powerless idol that promised life, but gave nothing. And into this spiritual darkness stepped one man, Elijah, a prophet with no army, no throne, no wealth, only unshakable faith. He called for a national gathering on Mount Carmel. The king arrived. The people gathered in uneasy silence, and with them came 450 prophets of Baal, dressed in ritual garments. Confident in their God, Elijah stepped forward, his voice cutting through the heavy air. How long will you waver between two opinions? If the Lord is God, follow him. But if Baal is God, follow him. No one answered. The silence revealed everything. So Elijah proposed a public test. Simple, undeniable, final. 2 altars, 2 sacrifices. No fire. The prophets of Baal would call on their God. Elijah would call on the Lord. The God who answered by fire would be proven real. The crowd leaned in. The tension was electric. The prophets of Baal began first. They shouted. They chanted. They danced wildly around their altar under the burning sun. Morning passed. Nothing. They screamed louder. Still nothing. By noon, Elijah's voice broke through their frenzy with sharp sarcasm. Maybe your God is deep in thought, or traveling, or sleeping. Shout louder. Driven to desperation, they cut their own skin with knives, blood running down their arms as they cried out in madness. Hours passed. The sun sank lower. Their voices grew hoarse, but the sky remained silent. No voice, no answer, no fire. Then Elijah called the people closer. He knelt beside a ruined altar of the Lord and carefully rebuilt it with 12 stones, one for every tribe of Israel, a reminder of who they were meant to be. He arranged the wood, placed the sacrifice. Then he did something unthinkable. He ordered water to be poured over everything once, twice, 3 times. Water drenched the offering, soaked the wood, flooded the stones, filled a trench around the altar. It was completely impossible for anything to burn. Then Elijah stepped forward. No shouting, no frenzy, just quiet authority. He prayed that God would reveal himself, that the people would know the truth, that their wandering hearts would return. And then it happened. Fire fell from the sky, not a spark, not a flame, a consuming explosion of divine power. It devoured the sacrifice, the wood, the stones, the soil. Even the water vanished in an instant. The mountain blazed with glory. The people collapsed face down, trembling, crying out, "The Lord, he is God. The Lord, he is God." Truth had spoken. Power had answered. Doubt was shattered. And as Elijah later prayed again on the mountain, a tiny cloud appeared on the horizon, small as a hand, growing, swelling, until the sky turned black. Thunder rolled. Rain poured down in torrents. The drought was broken. The silence was over, and an entire nation would never forget the day fire fell from heaven.